We will discuss about concepts of cost accounting. There are some specific costs which are being used for decision making by the top management. Number 1 is relevant cost. Relevant costs are those which would be changed by the managerial decisions, while irrelevant costs are those which would not be affected by the managerial decision. For example, if a manufacturer is considering closing down of an unprofitable retail sales shop, wages payable to the workers of the shop are relevant in this connection, since they will disappear on closing down of the shop. But prepaid rent for the shop or unrecovered costs of any equipment which will have to be scrapped will be irrelevant cost which must be ignored. So, we have discussed two types of cost, relevant and irrelevant cost. Relevant costs are those which are important for the business, and irrelevant are those costs which are not important for business, so we call them as irrelevant cost. Then we have opportunity cost. Opportunity cost refers to the advantage in measurable terms which has been foregone on account of not using the facilities in the manner originally planned. For example, if an old building is proposed to be utilized for housing a new project plant, the likely revenue which the building could fetch if rented out is the opportunity cost, which would be taken into account while evaluating the profitability of the project. Similarly, if a manufacturer is confronted with the problem of selecting any one of the following two alternatives, for example, selling a semi-finished product at rupees 2 per unit and introducing it into a further process to make it more refined and valuable alternative, then he will have to select from A and B, that whether selling a semi-finished product at rupees 2 per unit or introducing it into a further process which will prove to be a more fruitful to him. So this is one of the alternative he will have to forego. So that cost will be its opportunity cost. Or in B will prove to be remunerative only when after paying the cost of further processing the amount realized by the sale of the product in more than rupees 2 per unit, the revenue which would have been otherwise realized. The revenue of rupees 2 per unit foregone in case alternative is adopted. Or we can say in layman language, that a person who is MBA, he can do a service also, and while doing service he will get rupees 40,000 per month, but he wanted to do business. So when he is doing business, he is managing his business himself. So if he has earned the profit, then in that case of rupees 60,000, rupees 40,000 will be the salary he would have got if he had done the job of MBA. So the term opportunity cost refers to this alternative revenue foregone. Then we come to the next cost, that is shutdown cost. A manufacturer or an organization rendering service may have to suspend in operations for a period on account of some temporary difficulties. For example, there can be a shortage of raw material, there can be non-availability of requisite labor, there can be some lockdowns, or there can be some power cut off. During this period, though no work is done, yet certain fixed costs such as rent and insurance of buildings, depreciation, maintenance, etc., for the entire plant will have to be incurred. Such costs of the idle plant are known as shutdown cost. Then we come to another cost, that is sunk cost. Sunk costs are historical or past costs. These are costs which have been created by a decision that was made in the past that cannot be changed by any decision that will be made in the future. Investments in plant and machinery are prime examples of such cost. Since sunk costs cannot be altered by later decisions, they are irrelevant for decision making. For example, a departmental store is considering selling a fleet of trucks it owns. It wants to buy a delivery service from an outside firm in their place. The sunk cost of the investment in delivery equipment is irrelevant in making this decision. Relevant costs in the decision are operating costs such as gasoline, repairs and maintenance, and the salaries of truck drivers that would be eliminated if a decision to buy delivery service is made. So that was sunk cost. Then we come to another cost, that is out of pocket cost. Out of pocket cost means the present or future cash expenditure regarding a certain decision, which will vary depending upon the nature of decisions made. Out of pocket cost means the cost which we are expending from our pocket, that is we are paying in cash, is known as out of pocket cost. Depreciation is not out of pocket cost, but if we have purchased some raw material, that is out of pocket cost. A company has its own trucks for transporting raw materials and finished products from one place to another. It seeks to replace these trucks by employment of public carriers of goods. In making this decision, of course, the depreciation of the truck is not to be considered, but the management must take into account for the present expenditure on fuel, salary of drivers and maintenance. Such costs are termed as out of pocket cost. Then we come to another cost, imputed cost or hypothetical costs. These are costs which do not involve cash outlay. They are not included in cost account but are important for taking out consideration while making management decisions. For example, interest on own capital is ignored in cost accounts, though it is considered in financial accounts. In case two projects required unequal outlays of cash, the management must take into consideration interest on capital or interest on or rent of own house building to judge the relative profitability of the projects. Then we come to another cost, product cost. Costs which become part of the cost of the product rather than expense of the period in which they are incurred are called product cost. Then we come to another cost, that is period cost. Costs which are not associated with production are called period cost. They are treated as an expense of the period in which they are incurred. They may also be fixed as well as variable. Such costs include general administrative costs, salesman salaries and commission, depreciation of office facilities, etc. Then the last one and final one is conversion cost. The cost of transforming direct materials into the finished products exclusive of direct cost is known as the conversion cost. It is usually taken as the aggregate of the cost of direct labor, direct expenses and factory overheads. So we discussed concepts of cost accounting, and we discussed many types of cost, and they were relevant and irrelevant cost, opportunity cost, shutdown and sunk cost, out of pocket cost, imputed cost, product cost, period cost, and the last and the final was the conversion cost. I hope you all understood the concept of cost accounting. Thank you.